Divo Knives. The Kripple crew has known for a long time that Divo Knives is a favorite brand of mine and Mrs. Deadly, with Kev and Colin dropping banger after banger after banger. And thanks to the Lefty Pass Around group, I've been able to review most of their models. And today's knife still blew me away. I actually have a theory about it. I think Lefty and Colin, they were sitting around, maybe partaking in some of that legal recreational and maybe enjoying it edible, and they were watching the Crocodile Dundee movies. And Kev turns to Colin and goes, "Yo, what if Crocodile Dundee commissioned a Divo knife?" And thus, the Growler XL was born. This beast makes me so happy every time that blade flies out. And this is one knife I did not realize how much I needed. You're going to want to see this one, folks. Stick around. What it do, Kripple Crew? EDC with DBD, disabled but deadly, and this will be your review of the Divo Knives Growler XL, a knife that I was so stoked to get to check out thanks to the Lefty EDC Pass Around group. Before we talk about this knife, don't stab that like button like you mean it. Make sure that you /subscribe and also that you bash that bell so that you don't miss the knife reviews, knife news, and frequent knife giveaways. If you like what I do here at the channel, it only costs a couple of bucks a month to join Kripple Crew Inc., where you gain access to members-only content, members-only live streams, and monthly members-only giveaways. That couple of bucks a month really helps the channel, but that's completely up to you. That's the last I'm going to talk about it, because we are here to talk about Divo. And before we can talk about the Growler XL, we got to talk about the Growler. So when the original Growler came around, I was not part of the Pass Around group yet. I don't even think I was reviewing knives yet when the OG dropped. And I joined the Lefty EDC Pass Around right after this knife had gone through the Divo Mash, the 1.5, and the Pony Stout. And Lefty knew that myself and another reviewer in that group hadn't had a chance to check out a lot of Divo products yet. So he was kind enough to grab the 3 from his collection, and he shot them over to me. And out of the 3, I did already own a Pony Stout. My first Divo, that was my bad. My first Divo was a Pony Stout that I had received in a trade. I traded a pimped out bug out. I absolutely got the best of that trade, I believe. But when I got that box of knives, this was the one that I thought would be my least favorite. If you guys have followed the channel, you guys know I'm horny for warnies. I'm about it on them sheep's foot, Tontos even. Just I'm not a big fan of big belly knives in general. I like something closer to a straight edge, and I like a lower tip, typically for my carry. But when I went like this, I just started smiling when I saw how much blade you get with this so comfortable knife. I loved it so much that I reached out to Kev right away, and I'm like, "Yo, I know this one was yours, but can I buy it?" And he's such a good dude. He sold this to me at a great price. I love the Growler. Next came the Mini Growler, a knife that is very high on my wish list. And then Lefty announced the upcoming Growler XL. And at first, I was definitely conflicted. Typically, Divo Knives is in that small to just at full size EDC range, with like this being a rather large knife for them. Previously, before the Growler XL, the Tall Boy was their longest knife. And when I heard a 4-inch blade, I thought, man, this knife is going to be too unwieldy, too big for me. And I did not jump on on it when it dropped on White Mountain Knives. And then this came in for review, and I regretted it. This is the Divo Growler XL. And I feel like bees. Like, I want to say, look at it. Would you just look at it in all its Divo-ness? Yes, the guys that have brought us some of the most amazing small knives in the last couple of years have dropped a killer of a large knife. This is not full size. This is large, folks. We're going to leave the regular growler out for a moment as we talk about the specs. What you're looking at on the Growler XL is 9.26 inches overall length. Yes, folks, 9 1/4 with a 4-inch 154 cm drop point blade with a so tall flat grind and a beautiful satin finish. We have a handle length of 5.26 inches. You can have some Sasquatch hands and you're going to be comfortable. We have a blade stock thickness of 130 thousandths of an inch and a handle thickness of just under 1/2 inch. But with this handle height and that 1/2 inch of girth, this is one comfortable knife. And for this gigantic 9 1/4 inch knife, it balances so well right here, and the carbon fiber variants are only 5 ounces. This knife right here is 5 ounces. This big old blade is balanced very well by the titanium backspacer. We also have a tip up, as every clip should be, and reversible as you would expect from Divo. Milled tie pocket clip. There is a wire clip in the box as well. Now, I'm pretty sure this came with this on it, but I do know that they offer the titanium packages as well if you want to change out the color of your hardware. But I do think for this stock, this came on here. And then they always include the wire clip as well, because they know a lot of folks like to carry with the wire. This big, broad blade comes down to a crazy thin that was me. Crazy thin slicey edge. Thanks to that gigantically tall flat grind. The original Growler with its tall grind was a phenomenal slicer. But this is next level. And 154 cm is a great steal to put on this to be able to keep it at an affordable price range. And the prices that they offer these at are really going to surprise you when I get to that. But 154 cm is going to be decently tough. It is has good corrosion resistance, and out of this level of steels, you know, like the 14Cs, the VG10s, of this level of budget stainless steels, I would consider this to be the top end, especially in edge retention. 154 cm is going to hold an edge better than 14C 28N. And 130 thousandths blade stock and a flat grind is enough of a trade-off for the slight loss in toughness versus something like a 14C or Nitro B. So this is going to be plenty tough and hold an edge for a good long time to put in that work. We're going to talk about the ergos as we move this guy out of the way for a moment. With my extra large glove size hands, extra large sized. Yeah, no, I said it right the first time. I get an easy 4-finger purchase behind that pivot. And as you can see, you could have a 3X, maybe even a 4X size glove and still have plenty of room. This saber grip, because of that giant row of jimping, I am locked in back here and plenty of control. I can choke way back, still be all the way on this knife and have a lot of reach, or I can choke up And thanks to this ramped, the slight poonage here, with all of that jimping, I am completely locked in. And I feel like I have so much control over this giant knife. The pinch grip is great. The pinch grip allows me to use that tip if I need to, but also use so much of this belly on a flat cutting surface. If you're doing any push cuts or if you're rocking cuts on a flat surface, this is going to give you so much blade to use. And once again, this big 9¼ inch knife feels much more wieldy than you would expect. Deadly Daughter, when she flicked this out, couldn't believe how light it felt in hand because of the way that this blade is balanced. And a pinch grip, you can actually use that blade hole if you're doing some chopping with a pinch grip. Plenty of handle to rock and turn around for a reverse grip. If you are in a Beef Jerky Avenger, I am capped off there, and look how far away from that blade I am. Rocking that Beef Jerky Defender, still capped off, still got all that room, but now that pocket clip is also locked into my hand. Definitely feel like I'm not going to go anywhere. These contoured, slightly contoured scales feel and look phenomenal. Look at that beautiful purple. And by the way, this purple is UV reactive, glows like a bright, bright magenta under the black light. Both sides of this just look fantastic. Yes, I did put the tab back under the pocket clip after carrying this because it is not my knife. You can see the layers of carbon fiber there. So our show side is a solid piece of camel carbon, where our lock side has the liner inset into that camo carbon, so it doesn't show anywhere except for that lock bar access. And look at all that lock bar access. You have so much room to move that lock out of the way. And then those ball bearings and that giant blade, gravity just wants to bring it close. And look how smooth it is. Just a straight. I like that it will drop on your thumb if you allow it. But I do like that it's a very nice controlled closed rather than a straight up guillotine, since we do have a lot of choppy blade here to drop on yourself. I was very shocked by how well this carries in pocket. That was my biggest concern. I knew having a 4-inch blade and a big old knife would be great, but I also thought I would never pocket a 9¼ inch knife and carry it on a daily, because I like to be at about that PM2 or smaller size, down to, fifth pocket. And we'll use that to start our size comparisons, or what Homie Knife Dope calls knife flexing. We'll start off with that Spyderco PM2 Warney and the Spyderco Para 3 Lightweight Salt. As you can see, much closer to the PM2, way bigger than the Para 3, but absolutely bigger than both knives. How about some Divo comparisons? Mrs. Deadly's Tall Boy. Yes, the Tall Boy is one of my favorite Divo models ever. It is on my Grail list, but it was Mrs. Deadly's first Grail knife, so I had to get hers first. There's that OG Growler back. This was their longest knife to date, but as you can see, it ain't even close. Couple more size comparisons. Divo Stout. This is their very first model. This was a gift from brother Jamie, aka Hey Man. I truly cherish this knife. And this is a trade from Rolf Robertson from my bug out. And I love this premium pony stout with the Lynch Northwest deep carry clip. As you can see, quite a bit bigger than both. It's got more than an inch on the Divo Stout. I'm going to give you two Mo size comparisons. Two Mo. First off, one of my all-time favorite EDC knives, the Dimco 8020.5 Shark Foot. And another knife designed by an icon, the Ramon Chavez designed iconic RCK9. The reason you're getting these two size comparisons is, folks, we are so close to 3,000 subscribers. And when we get there, part of our giveaway is going to be an awesome Ramon Chavez designed RCK9 donated by our homeboy Tristan, aka Projectiles Are Sharp. Thank you, brother. And I had to pick up one of my favorite knives of all time, and a knife that got me really going and collecting better and better knives, and also got me into modding knives with a passion. The Dimco 8020.5. Somebody is going to win this brand new shark foot. So make sure you've got your notifications on for all of that giveaway goodness. You know what? We're not done knife flexing. One more group. We're gonna compare it to the Numb Knife Works N7 and Numb Knife Works N1 Cornerstone prototypes. These two amazing knives are in for review thanks to Numb Knives. And as you can see, the Divo Growler is way bigger than both. All that pinch lock, folks. That pinch lock is so good. You will have a video on these knives very soon. Stay tuned for that. So as you can see, the Divo Knife Growler XL goes well beyond all of my folders, truly, and into that like outdoor fixed blade size. Yet, it's still truly a dream in the pocket. And now wait to hear how affordable these were and still are. Yes, there is one variant available left. That version has the 154 cm blade and black contoured G10 scales. That one is still at White Mountain Knives. They still have a few. And after code DBD, you can get a 9-inch knife with a 4-inch 154 cm blade and Divo quality for $126. That is insane. The camo carbon versions range from like 162 to 175 or something after code DBD, with the most expensive of the bunch, the reverse tux titanium plus DLC variant, going for only $180 after code DBD. That is insane prices for a knife this big and this good. And if you are looking for a fantastic work knife, that G10 version that is still available is going to be very hard to beat. I love this in hand. The action is so good. Of course, you know it's perfectly centered. Lockup on this is roughly 40%. And, of course, it's a Divo. It is very easy, even for me, to use with my left hand. Now, this sounds so good, I'm going to flick it a couple of times next to the mic. Man, those acoustics are phenomenal. The detent is great. It's strong enough that every time I break it, it's going to come out. And yes, it is tuned so well that I can absolutely hit the 5-finger flick in one try. That's how well tuned. That's how well tuned this gigantic knife is. And to me, That's crazy impressive. Divo, you guys have killed it again. Again. But I want to know, Kripple Krew, what do you think? Drop a comment below and let me know. Did you pick up a Divo Growler XL? Are you an owner of the Growler or Mini Growler? Have you been or is you now a Divo Knives fan? And how many are in your collection? You guys know what I'm rocking. And I can't wait until the next video, folks, when I get to share some more of the coolest knives with you. Until then, thanks as always, Kripple Krew, for your support. Stay safe, stay frosty, but most importantly, Kripple Krew, stay deadly.